Hello everyone. In this, we will understand about measurement and also different measurement scales. What are those? Measurement. In research, it basically refers to the process of assigning numbers or any symbols to some variables or attributes according to some specified rules. That is what is measurement is all about. It is an important component of scientific research as it allows researchers to quantify the variables and also test the hypothesis. Different measurement levels. There are 4 different measurements level. First one is nominal scale, then ordinal scale, then interval scale, and finally ratio scale. These are the 4 levels of measurements. So in this order only, nominal scale is the least form of measurement scale, and ratio scale is the highest form of measurement scale in the same sequence. Nominal scale. A nominal scale is the simplest form of measurement scale where variables are assigned to categories with no numerical order or value. For example, assigning numbers to categories like gender, male, female. Generally, we may find that 0, 1 binary digits are given to gender, ethnicity, or marital status. The numbers assigned to these categories are only used as labels and do not represent any quantitative meaning, or there is no quantitative differentiation between those. For example, consider a bunch of different colored marbles, say red, blue, and yellow, or even green. At this level, you may simply label it as red, blue, green, or yellow. There is no ranking, means you cannot say that one color is bigger or smaller than the other. Means in this level, we are just putting things into different groups. That's all. We don't grade them anything. After labeling, we may assign some numbers to each category. And when you assign, it doesn't mean that a higher number is no way superior or lower number is inferior, nothing like that. Each number is assigned to one and only object, and each object has only one number assigned to it. The only arithmetic operation which can be done to those assigned number is count can be done, count of the. Since count can be done, we can form a frequency distribution for the data. So that is what is said. A frequency distribution can be formed and mode can be worked out. Next scale of measurement is ordinal scale. An ordinal scale involves ranking of variables according to their order or position. The variables cannot be measured in a quantitative manner, but they can be ordered based on their relative position. Means you compare one with the other and then you rank it or order it. That is what it means. For example, ranking students based on their grade point average, GPA, where a student with a higher GPA is ranked higher than the student with a lower GPA. Consider a race between 3 participants, Aditya, Kaushik, and Srinivas. After the race, we may rank them based on their finishing positions. Within what time period the one has finished, how much time period the other one is taken, how much time period the third one is taken. Based on that, you are trying to order it. So at the ordinal level of measurements, we categorize and put them in order based on some characteristic. In this case, it is the order of finish in the race. So we may say that Kaushik came first because he completed the race in 10 minutes. Srinivas came second because he completed it in 12 minutes. And Aditya came third. He completes it in 15 minutes. So this is after nominal. This is the next higher level, we can say. In the ordinal scale, the assigned ranks cannot be added, multiplied, subtracted, or divided, but we can compute median, percentiles, and quartiles of the distribution. Apart from whatever you can do in nominal, these are all additional things what you can do. The other major statistical analysis which can be carried out is the rank order correlation coefficient. So ordinal scale data can be converted into nominal scale data, but The other way is not possible. Means nominal cannot be converted to an ordinal scale data. Next is interval scale. In this scale, the difference in score has a meaningful interpretation, while the score of ratio of the score on this scale does not have a meaningful interpretation. Means, one example we will see, question is, in a questionnaire, there is a question saying, how likely are you to buy a new designer carpet in the next 6 months? Then you create some 3 different scales like this, scale A, scale B, scale C. In scale A, you are giving numbers ranging from 1 to 5. In scale B, ranging from 0 to 4. And scale C, it is from -2 to +2. So you may think about using any of these scales, scale A or scale B or scale C, based on this. Means, what are the options given? Very unlikely, unlikely, neutral, likely, very unlikely. Means your question may have these only, the wordings. Subsequently, when you do an analysis part, you may assign these numbers. So now you can use any of these scales, I said, because the interval remaining the same. For example, if one respondent is taking unlikely in one particular scale, any of the scale, and another respondent, if he is taking likely, if he is choosing likely as the answer, then the difference you may notice in scale A, it is 4 minus 2, 2. In scale B, it is 3 minus 1, 2 only. 1 minus or minus 1 is also 2 only. Means the interval remains the same. The difference remains the same. Whereas if you think about the ratio, it won't be. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 3 divided by 1 is 3. 1 divided by -1 is -1. So this is being explained in this. Suppose a respondent takes the response category likely and another respondent takes the category as unlikely. If you use any of these scales, A, B, or C, we note that the difference between the scores in each is 2. We saw that just now. Whereas when the ratio of the scores is taken, it is 2, 3, and -1. That also we saw. So therefore, the ratio of the scores on this particular scale does not have a meaningful interpretation, whereas interval has got a meaningful interpretation. Addition, subtraction are valid because it maintains some consistent intervals between the values, whereas ratio do not have any proper meaning. That is why multiplication, division do not have any meaningful, because there is no true 0 point on an interval scale. Means if at all, if 0 comes, it doesn't mean absence of that particular attribute. For example, Celsius way of measurement of temperature, in that 0 degree does not mean that there is no temperature. 0 degrees also measures some particular temperature, because there are also -1, -2, -4 degrees of temperature also in Celsius. So one can compute arithmetic mean, standard deviation, correlation coefficient, and also conduct a t-test or z-test in this. It can do all those measures what a nominal and ordinal scale can do. Next is ratio scale. It is the most advanced type of measurement scale where all the properties of an interval scale are present. So examples of this scale include your height, weight, age, or income. Any mathematical or all mathematical operations can be carried out using the ratio scale data. In addition to the statistical analysis mentioned in the interval, ordinal, and nominal scale, one can also compute coefficient of variation, geometric mean, and harmonic mean using this ratio scale of measurement.